push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Room here to run. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 38 yards on the scamper there. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys, good. Yep. Backside guys,
meh.
That's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. First carry now for Pierre Strong. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll run it for the first time with Dameon Pierce. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Pierce will try to pick it up. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st and 10, it's Strong. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. This is going to go the other way. The defense has it. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, they got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Going for it with Pierce.
take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Dameon Pierce hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
No return here for Clay Brooks, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's the first carry from Matt Breida. And he's got some space here. And they will finally get him to the ground at the Texans' 19-yard line. And what a big-time play there. 54 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Play action. Now Jackson. And it's caught. Touchdown. Mark Andrews hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Monarchs are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Now Mills. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On 3rd down, here's Mills.
Steps away to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? Make the playoffs. #2, win your division. #3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the #1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
On 2nd and 11 now, Jackson. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Jackson to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Martin Emerson. And the Texans are going to take over at their own 41. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 7-7, our score after 1. On 1st and 10, Strong.
Mechie has it on the slant.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. On 2nd down, a run with Strong.
And he gets it down to the 32. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Looking to throw is Mills.
Complete. This is Mitchell.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Running left, it's Strong.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Throwing, Mills.
And it's caught. Touchdown.
James Mitchell
From 4 yards out.
And the Texans have taken the lead. Well, down in this part of the field, CD, they love to get him the football, and right there, a little pitch and catch for the score.
Yeah, and he's such a weapon when it's that close to the end zone, and they love being able to rely on him to make those kind of catches. Talk about trust, talk about confidence, and he produces.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
No return here for Clay Brooks, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins.
A little juke. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for the touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins, 68 yards. And the Monarchs are an extra point away from taking the lead.
Clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down. To throw, Mills.
Flush to his right. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Mills.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defense. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going. Keep your footing underneath you.
Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call.
And that's on the guard, Kevin Zeitler.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Up the middle they go with Mostert.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
A tackle made by Thomas Booker.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They go play action with Jackson. He'll buy some time right.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson now. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
Here's Mostert.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Monarchs will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
And they'll accept that penalty.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they will be backed up deep. Trouble here as they're going to start this drive at the 6.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket.
Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan. And he's all the way across the 50 before he's finally pushed out of bounds.
A big play there just before halftime. 47 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
A first down throw for Mills.
He's going to look deep down the field. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Texans. A big play there. 47 yards.
And the Texans are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will get into the end zone as they will indeed claim a 1-point lead. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
No return here for Clay Brooks, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big play there just before halftime. 53 yards.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
Play action. It's Jackson.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Texans are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath, as it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, as they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
From the 31, Jackson.
And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He's going to air one out. He's got a man complete.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. They go play action now. Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Pierce. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A gain of 32 that time.
Mostert is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
Again, it's Mostert, but he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
3rd and goal, Jackson.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Matt Breida, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Monarchs have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one.
And, Charles, this infraction is going to be against the offense. False start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
Jackson here, he's going to look to throw.
Rolling to his right. And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on the 2-point try. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Mills to throw it. That's caught left side by the tight end, Jordan. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Mills now looks to throw on 1st down.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection, and now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the...
There he goes, right side. Touchdown. Well, he Mostert, 42 yards. And the Monarchs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
They run it with Breida, and he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was first and goal from the 2, or I should say third and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Straight ahead is Strong. And some room to work. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. 98 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Trailing here in the 3rd, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
First and 10, it's Pierce. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And Mills is intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they definitely figured out something defensively at halftime, Charles. That's now 2 drives and 2 interceptions here in this 3rd quarter.
And I think the easy thing for us to say is, boy, they made an adjustment, didn't they? Or they showed him something different. I'm not so sure it's that as much as maybe he's just been impatient and forced the ball a little bit. In any event, as you noted, back-to-back interceptions thrown.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And some space here. And now off to the races down the right side.
A little costly there. You wipe out the first down. You also move further back.
No doubt about it. So you went from moving the sticks to them staying in the same spot, except for that one guy carrying the yard marker. He moves back farther.
Between the tackles with Breida. He'll get a yard. That's all as they get him down at the 28.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Jackson. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
They're going on fourth down. It's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
No return here for Clay Brooks, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now on 2nd and 13. Jackson. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
Finding space at the 40.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out. And a 5-yard penalty.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
A false start backs them up 5. 1st and 15. Jackson from the shotgun. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
And the Texans are right back in this football game.
A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Mills now. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Mills.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he just can't read defenses. I'm not sure what it is, but that's why he's frustrated. Think about the defense right now. Every time they run on the field, they've gone from hoping to intercept a pass to expecting to intercept passes. Their confidence at an all-time high right now.
And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line.
This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. There he goes, right side. Past the 20, 10, 5, and they will score a pick-6 for the Texans TD. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. They're going to try and run for it. And he will get into the end zone. So how about that for putting it on the line? They've taken the lead by a point here in the fourth quarter. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
No return here for Claybrooks, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they have to try and move past that pick six because now they're dealing with a fourth-quarter deficit, and they need this drive to end in points.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
On second down, Mostert.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight one-point game. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here's Jackson.
And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Jackson.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
K'Lavon Chason in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Now Jackson.
He'll buy some time right. He's going to let it fly.
And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Fourth down, here's Jackson. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Christian Harris. And the Texans have just about sewn up this football game.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A handoff as they run the counter play. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Here's Mills.
And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
Close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they